Arlington has won the Super 8 Massachusetts State Championship.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the campus of Arlington High School in the Red Gym, where tonight we open the 2018-2019 girls varsity basketball season with the Arlington Spy Ponders facing off against the Melrose Red Raiders. My name is Rob Anthony, and as always, I'm alongside the coach, Scott Zwick. And Scott, both teams are 0-0, and we're looking forward to kicking off another exciting year of girls varsity basketball.
Hey, Rob, it's great to be here. The opening day, hope springs eternal, new life, improvement shown. This is where everyone can be a champion, and possibilities are endless. This is the sports at its greatest right here. Rob, this year for the Spy Ponders, you see a team that was heavy with freshman talent. Now they matriculate up to sophomores. They lose two elite leaders that graduated last year. So this is a team with question marks, but with experience that they're hoping can step up to the next level. For the Melrose Red Raiders, the Red Raiders come in with a little bit more experience than Arlington, a team that has done this before. They have 3 senior tri-captains, but they are led by their super sophomore, Sam Dewey, the type of player that is going to give Arlington trouble this year, if any player is, a player that has some size and some speed along to go with it.
So last year, the Red Raiders beat the Spy Ponders 55-52 in the second game of the year on the home floor. Spy Ponders are going to be looking to turn the tables tonight. Let's talk about the Spy Ponders. You mentioned experience, Scott. Spy Ponders will likely be starting 2 seniors and 3 sophomores. What kind of challenge does an opening day present for a young team?
Usually when you have a high turnover, it's the unknown. But this isn't really the unknown for the Spy Ponders. They know the players they have. They've seen the players work hard in the offseason. They expect improvement. But what they don't know is leadership. They don't know who's going to step up and make the big play, who's going to step up and make the unselfish play, who's going to step up and know when to make the play, the right play at the right time. And when that's in question, that always gives the coach a little bit of jitters.
So one of the enduring fascinations to me about high school sports and college sports as well is when you lose seniors who've been influential on your team, other players step up. And the players that have moved on to college, Ellie Demery and Abby Ewan, were both very aggressive players, both players who looked for their shots. Last year, Ava Connolly was a leader of this basketball team. Diana Wicks showed a lot of skill in the backcourt. Of course, was lost at the end of the season for with a knee problem. She'll be back in the lineup tonight. This would seem to be an opportunity for Ava Connolly and Diana Wicks to step up. And then Carrie-Ann Farina, who came off the bench last year, this would be an opportunity for her to establish herself as an aggressor.
Absolutely, Rob. You know, when you talk about leadership, one of the things people always assume leaders are that they're very vocal and they're always concerned with having their voice heard. But people that know, that talk about true leadership, know that leadership can be leading by example. It can be doing the right thing at the right time all the time, things like that. And so the Spy Ponders are going to be kind of exploring different kinds of leaders. Ava Connolly isn't really a boisterous leader. She isn't someone that's going to be yelling a lot or really verbally communicating, but Ava Connolly is going to be at the right place at the right time all the time. But you have someone like an Annie Harris, who might be a little bit more of a vocal leader, and you have Carrie-Ann Farina, the 2 seniors. They've been here before. They've been through the wars, and they're going to be able to tell the other players on the team what to expect, and that's true senior leadership.
And then another subplot for the year is Claire Ewan. Abby has gone. Now it's Claire's turn to step up. We saw a lot of promise from her last year. She'll have a big opportunity to take an important role on this team.
Huge opportunity. Of all the players on the Spy Ponders coming into the offseason from last year to this year, Claire Ewan had the most room to grow. She is an outstanding athlete. She's tough. She's quick. But she lacked a few of the skills that you'd like to see to take it to the next level. If she can translate some of those skills that she practiced in the offseason to the court this year, we could see a big jump and a big leap for Claire Ewan.
Outstanding. So there you have it, and we'll go to the starting lineups for the Red Raiders. Number 20 super sophomore Sam Dewey, and she's a very accomplished player at lower levels, and she will be a handful tonight for likely Annie Harris. Number 3, Mary Kate Mahoney will start at guard. Number 2, Sam Smith. Number 10, Lily Cunningham, and rounding out the starting lineup will be number 11, Perry McDonald.
You know, Rob, it's going to be interesting to see what the Spy Ponders and Coach Mortellette do with Dewey. The players that you see guarding Dewey tonight are probably going to be the ones that Coach Mortellette trusts the most to be physical.
For the Spy Ponders, we have Ava Connolly, of course, leading them out at guard. Number 4, Claire Ewan. Number 15, no strangers to the starting lineup, Diana Wicks. Great to see her back. Had a little bit of a hip injury and hasn't practiced much of late, but is apparently 100% coming into the game. Annie Harris, number 24, starting at center, and at forward, number 11, Carrie Ann Farina. And let's get ready to play some basketball. And on a chilly December evening, we have a real nice crowd here at the Red Gym. There's some excitement, I think, building for this team. It was a real fun year last year, and it's good to see the support developing early.
This crowd is outstanding, exceptional, and effervescent.
Effervescent. We pulled out a new word for a new season.
Absolutely.
I'm going to be looking that up furiously at halftime. How do you spell it? Is that SC? Is it? Who's the band? Evanescence?
Is it?
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with Evanescence. I don't even. Is that a word?
Yeah. Look it up.
The camera there. Those Evanescence. Gosh, I can't. I shouldn't have started this.
And so it will be Claire Ewan squaring off against Sam Dewey. Dewey has a few inches on Claire, and Claire wins the taps that out of bounds. They will give the ball to the Red Raiders to start the season.
And Claire Ewan will start out on the super sophomore Sam Dewey, so a sophomore battle there. And right off the bat, Claire Ewan looks like she has got herself in outstanding shape, and she's moving her body with poise and conviction.
Ewan with a block there, but the Red Raiders recover. They will reset the offense. Ponders picking up in a very aggressive man-to-man, using their feet and also being very vocal. And that'll go the Ponders' way as number 3, Mary Kate Mahoney, steps out of bounds.
The calling card for the Spy Ponders last year and now again this year is denying one pass away. They deny one pass away. They look to deflect the ball, get turnovers and steals, and transition points the other end. You saw it right there. Deny one pass away, deflection out of bounds, Spy Ponder ball.
First possession of the year for the Spy Ponders, who will take the first shot. They kick it around the horn. Wicks finds Farina underneath. Farina goes to work. Little fall away, no. Dewey with a rebound. Here come the Red Raiders.
Farina didn't quite square his shoulders there. The idea was good, but the execution wasn't quite sound.
7 minutes to go in the first quarter. No score in the ball game. Connolly ties up Mary Kate Mahoney. Good aggressive play there by Connolly to force the jump on the possession area. Goes the Ponders' way.
Outstanding effort and execution by Ava Connolly. She got a hand in the passing lane, deflected the ball, caused a tie-up. Spy Ponders looking stout in defense early.
Farina underneath, throws it up, but is fouled, draws the harm. That'll be against Lily Cunningham. Her first of the ball game, first team foul for the Red Raiders, and we're going to see the first free throws of the young season.
Well, the Spy Ponders know if they get overplayed on offense that it's going to be a step out and a backdoor cut. Farina did just what she was supposed to right there. She got a little bit out of step with her step towards the basket, but was contacted on the effort and will get 2 free throws.
Some cool shoes there sported by Carrie-Ann Farina. Going with a Nike Peach, makes the first, misses the second. Connolly with a rebound. Claire comes in, has a 10-footer. No, here come the Red Raiders.
Can't ask much better than that. Claire Ewan squared her shoulders, wasn't able to connect, but the Spy Ponders got a couple of looks at the basket.
And that'll be against Annie Harris, who I thought might have gone vertical. She'll send Lily Cunningham to the line for 2.
Rob, you see right there, I agree with you. That's one of the rules that is in existence down here at the high school level, but a lot of times it's not rewarded. You are allowed to jump straight up in the air with your arms towards the ceiling, and you can jump as high as you want on a play, and it is not a foul on you. That is your space from the floor to the ceiling, and I thought that's what I believe Annie Harris did in that play.
So Cunningham converts 1 and 2. We have a 1-1 ball game, 6:29 left to go in the first quarter. Wicks dribble drives into the lane, loses possession to the Red Raiders. Here comes Cunningham, and Sam Smith will set up the offense.
Spy Ponders looking a little bit, some little opening night jitters. Everyone's trying to get in step, kind of feel comfortable out there, and you're seeing several unforced errors early.
Long 2 tried by the Red Raiders. No, Cunningham throws it up. Here is big number 20 with a nice move underneath. That's Sam Dewey.
The super sophomore squared her shoulders and finished at the cup.
Melrose leads by 2. Harris underneath, kicks it back out to Claire. Over to Diana Wicks. Puts a move on behind her back into the lane with her left hand. No. Connolly with a rebound, throws it up with her left hand. Goes glass, 3-3.
Ava Connolly says, I'll take that miss and I'll put it up with my left hand, finish strong at the basket. The Spy Ponders running effective offense early, and Ava Connolly's everywhere on this basketball court.
I believe that foul was on Carrie-Ann Farina. It was her first, second of the ball game for the Ponders. 3-3, 5:30 to go in the first quarter.
Ava Connolly is a nightmare to dribble drive against, as she is always invading the space of the offensive player. And there you saw, Rob, what we just talked about. Annie Harris demonstrating that she's allowed to have the space from the floor to the ceiling. She jumps straight up. Great no call by the officials.
Wicks will go to work again. Oh, pocket pick by McDonald. She'll try to go coast to coast and swatted away by Claire Ewan. Looks up ahead to Farina. Farina races for it, and that'll be batted out of bounds by Melrose. Ponders ball. Fast and furious action here at the Taz.
Claire Ewan says, I don't need the rule of verticality. I can go up there and swat the ball away and start the fast break. Spy Ponders like to run an offense where they go, there's a cut through and a pop-out. That right there was a flare screen for Ava Connolly, who shot with poise and conviction but couldn't get it to go.
I like to see Ava take that shot as we have Sam Smith underneath doing work. Goes glass. Sam Dewey, excuse me, 4 points for her, 5 points for Melrose. They lead at 5-3.
Outstanding work by Dewey to not travel on a ball that had her feet out of sync. She caught, squared, and finished. That is a very effective finish at the cup.
Harris doesn't finish. Here comes Melrose again.
Spy Ponders look a little out of sync on offense. The will is there, but the execution isn't quite yet.
Oh, and another block by Claire Ewan as Mary Kate Mahoney takes the ball to the rim, and Claire goes up vertical. Her second block of the ball game.
Claire Ewan has a nose for the ball, and when people say that, what they mean by that is they mean that she understands where the ball is going to be, when she's going for it, where the ball will be when she gets there. And that
time, Farina gets the block. Harris up ahead. She throws it up with her left hand, gets it to go. Annie Harris ties the game at 5.
Annie Harris shows why a senior is very important on a team with the effort and execution that they can bring to the club. As she caught the ball, did not travel, finished with her left hand at the rim.
Michelle Mahoney in the ball game. Ponders with the ball, force a turnover at the other end, running their offense. Farina with a cut through. No. Connolly gets the rebound. Here's Claire from the free throw line. Swish! Claire Ewan for 2, 7-5 Ponders.
Claire Ewan stopping and popping. Another second chance there by Ava Connolly. She's been all over the boards early.
Good look at the basket by Melrose. No. Dewey with the ball underneath. She'll bring it back out. Try to reset the offense.
Dewey is going to give the Spy Ponders all kinds of trouble tonight. This is, I mentioned in the onset, this is the type of player that the Spy Ponders have issues with. This is a player with strength and speed. She can move laterally adequately, but she can move fast up and down the court. That's going to present a big challenge for the Spy Ponders bigs, specifically Annie Harris and Claire Ewan.
Well, Harris, in bad news for the Ponders, just picked up her second foul of the ball game. This will be our first look at Kaylee Lyons. And the Ponders don't need to lose Harris to foul trouble tonight.
No, they don't. The Spy Ponders will try to get some effective offense here. They've been able to move the ball side to side, but they've had a little bit of trouble holding on to the basketball. So you see, you look for the cut through and the pop out. There's the cut through and the pop out comes up. But Ava Connolly says, I don't need a cut through or a pop out. I can finish at the rim through contact.
Using her left hand on top of it. Impressive move by Ava Connolly. 9-6 Spy Ponders. With 2:40 left in the ball in the first quarter, and Spy Ponders are starting to pick up some fouls. That one's on Claire Ewan. That'll be her first foul, but the fourth of the ball game for the Ponders.
Spy Ponders could use some of the verbiage in coaching. I used to give some of my players, I used to say, pretend there's a bubble around the player with the basketball and make sure you don't pop that bubble. Especially, you saw right there, that was really not too much contact by Claire Ewan, but it was contact and the foul was called.
Good rebound by Claire. Gets it up to Ava. She'll press forward with a 3-point lead. 2:20 to go in the first quarter. 9-6 Ponders. They'll set up the offense.
The early observation is that Ava Connolly is improved and her confidence is through the roof.
I like to see Claire Lyons take that shot. She had the shot and show the confidence. She's got to be feeling the lights here in her first varsity action, but didn't show it there.
Spy Ponders run an offense that is an equal opportunity employer, meaning they will let anybody shoot who cuts hard to the basket and gets themselves to an open spot.
And, woo, Carrie-Ann Farina picks the pocket and goes coast to coast, and draws a block call at the rim. We'll see if she gets 2 shots.
That's one of those where I think the officials are going to say, maybe I could have called it a charge there, so I'm going to split the baby in half, and I'm gonna call it a block, but a side out. And you saw right there, we're seeing that play right there was very, very common for an opening game. Players are very excited, maybe a little bit over enthusiastic, and they can lose control of the ball. And sometimes their bodies, that creates fouls. We've seen a lot of fouls early, but we see a lot of effort and we see a lot of high energy out there.
And for the Ponders with a 9-6 lead, we've got 4 players on the board. Connolly with 4, Harris and Ewan with 2, and Carrie-Ann Farina with 1. And for Melrose so far, it appears to be a little bit more of the Sam Dewey show.
Well, Sam Dewey is outstanding and effective so far early. She is able to rebound misses. She's able to get the balls off the backboard and through the pass and dribble. She can shoot a little bit, can finish by squaring her shoulders at the rim and through contact. This is a dangerous player. This is a game-changing player. So right now, I see 2 game-changing players on the court, Ava Connolly and Sam Dewey. But for the Spy Ponders, I see a little bit more of a rounded offense.
Yeah. Nice to have some home cooking in your first game of the season, and seen a few more mistakes out of Melrose perhaps than the Spy Ponders here early.
Spy Ponders feed off of trying to create mistakes by the other team, and
yeah.
we saw this a nightmare to play in this gym. If you come in here and you are not ready to execute with high effort and energy, you are in big trouble in this gym.
Good point. Ponders have the ball in a 3-point lead. Wicks will tee up a 3. Just short. Dewey with the ball ripped out of her hands by Claire, but Claire was out of bounds.
You really feel for Diana Wicks. She missed a lot of last season with an injury. She's battled injuries again this year. Just kind of not much luck for this player. And right now, early on, she seems to be, her mind is 1 or 2 steps ahead of her body right now.
Nice play that time. Strips the ball from Sam Smith, but it goes off her leg and out of bounds. Melrose will retain possession, down 3, minute 24 left to go in the first quarter.
And, you know, there was a tremendous finish by Sam Dewey. You know, we were talking with Coach Mortellette last week, Rob, and she just really feels for Diana Wicks and the challenges she's been faced with in her young career, and says she's just an outstanding person and player and just wants nothing but the best for her.
And Spy Ponders tying up the ball at half court, and Mahoney comes out with it over to Connolly. Nightmare to play against indeed. Connolly will have an open 17-footer. No. Rebound. Yes, Claire. Is that
22?
Kaylee Lyons.
Kaylee Lyons picking up the garbage off the rim. A turnover on one end. We see another turnover. The Spy Ponders are demonstrating that they're going to be here all night long, denying one pass away, causing turnovers. And if you aren't strong with the basketball and follow the basic rules of half-court play, you're going to have trouble.
11-8 Spy Ponders. They've sped up the game a little bit. 34 seconds left to go in the first quarter.
Well, that's the thing about this philosophy of Coach Mortellette, that it does well on nights that you typically have jitters, because she's going to tell you it doesn't matter if you turn the ball over. We want you back in the defense playing hard.
And Kaylee Lyons comes up with it again. Here comes Wicks, ball in a 3-point lead, 10 seconds to go in the quarter. Wicks dives for the hoop. Out to Lyons, under to Farina. She gets it up, can't get it to go. Mahoney cleans it up, throws it up with her left hand, and as time expires, gets the 2. So with the end of the first quarter, we have the score. Arlington Spy Ponders 13. Melrose Red Raiders 8.
The Spy Ponders close the first quarter like a champion, out-efforting and executioning the Red Raiders on both ends of the floor. It was keyed by the defense, the one pass away defense deflection twice in a row caused a third bad shot, caused points on the other end on second chance shots. This team cannot say enough about their high energy and high effort. It was their calling card last year, and it looks like it's going to be their calling card again this year.
Would you say it's effervescent?
Yeah, I would say it's effervescent. I would say it's outstanding. I would say it is astonishing, and
all the ings.
All the ings. But you know, Rob, it's last year last year was one of our first covering girls basketball in a long time, and we were really impressed and inspired even by how hard these teams play, but specifically the Spy Ponders. Now it's 2 years in a row. This is now kind of a tradition, their calling card. They play hard. They try their best, and they're always looking to improve. It's very impressive. It really is.
Yeah, and according to Coach Amanda Mortellette, there's great chemistry on this team, and they really like each other, which is part of that whole effort equation. And to show for it again, we've got 6 players on the board for the Spy Ponders. If we wondered where the shots were going to come from, where the aggressiveness was going to come from, we're starting to see that answer, which is going to come from, pretty much everybody.
It sure is, and I mentioned a little bit in the first quarter, but it fits here too. I mean, Coach Mortellette is an equal opportunity offensive mind, meaning she's going to reward any player who can take an open shot as long as they're working hard and going to the right spots. So these players come in with confidence because Coach Mortellette has confidence in them.
And pressure defense forces another turnover by the Red Raiders. This one an over and back, and Spy Ponders will have the ball for their first possession of the second quarter with a 5-point lead. Ava Connolly is to the bench, and Mahoney with the ball over to Farina. We have Annie Harris back in the action. Diana Wicks and Kaylee Lyons round out the lineup.
Spy Ponders, we've seen this a couple of times last year. They're kind of like a boa constrictor. They just kind of slowly kind of wrap their arms around you and suffocate you with their defense. And right now, the Red Raiders are having trouble getting the ball to the foul line on one end, and the Spy Ponders are making 6, 7, 8 passes side to side on the other end. Right now, the Red Raiders need to match the Spy Ponders' efforts, or this score is going to get lopsided.
And that was a foul on Dewey, her first of the ball game, third for the Red Raiders. And you brought up a point as Annie Harris misses the first. Scott, that's interesting. Spy Ponders, while they speed up the other team on defense, they show tremendous patience on offense.
Always, they have an offense that they run crisp and clean, but most importantly, they wait till they get an open shot, and they'll go right down to the end of the shot clock. We saw that a lot last year. They're very well trained on offense.
Another turnover there by the Red Raiders. Wicks will have the ball. She will look to penetrate, throws it up with her left hand from the lane. No, Dewey with a rebound. Here come the Red Raiders down 6 with 7 minutes to go in the half.
That's to kind of prove that these are human beings out these players, not robots. You know, Diana Wicks, that time she didn't make an outstanding choice. Coach Mortalette really likes to see that ball come over half court, move side to side, and then look for the cut. The basket. It was a little bit premature, but I think she kind of just wants to get something going here.
Felt the opportunity for a little bit of early offense.
So now they'll try to deny one pass away. They're going to prevent passes to the middle, especially.
There you go. Denying one pass away is Michelle Mahoney. Tips it back out, but the Red Raiders recover. 16 to go on the shot clock. We have a whistle, and that is the officials for tonight's game. Mandy Lachmano and Kelsey Thorson. That was Mandy Lachmano with a call. Didn't see what that is. That was a very costly call. That was a foul on Annie Harris. That'll be her third of the ball game. And when you're facing a player like Dewey, you do not need to see your center on the bench.
No, not at all. What Dewey does really well is she squares her shoulders, and she triple threats to the basket before she dribbles, and that showed the power of it right there. Was that Annie Harris got a little bit out of sync, and that's what caused the foul, and it's her third. That's a big foul for the Spy Ponders, because Annie Harris cannot come back into this ball game to the second half, and they're going to have to go 6:25, hold on to this 6-point lead without one of their strongest players with the most leadership.
Here come the Spy Ponders after they tie up the Red Raiders, and possession arrow goes their way. They'll set up the offense.
A little UCLA cut here. Now they're going to screen and roll, and then some action on the other side to get Ava Connolly to the basket. She got hit there, no call, but it would appear that Sam Dewey has gotten the benefit of the doubt.
I'm going to have to figure out how to work Dewey Decimal in here somewhere.
No doubt. The other thing is, if you want to execute effectively against this Spy Ponder defense, you have to catch the ball and move into a triple threat offense. And you see Dewey finishing again at the cup. The players that are catching the ball, pivoting into a triple threat, are having success. The ones that aren't, struggling.
That was Dewey's 8th point of the ball game. As Claire Ewan throws it up and in from about 20 feet. Nice shot by Claire. 16-10 Spy Ponders.
Claire Ewan stopping and popping a big bucket for the Spy Ponders.
Good, nice play by the Raiders there, and that looks to be Lily Cunningham for 2. Her 3rd point of the ball game. 16-12 Spy Ponders.
Wham, bam. Cunningham finishes at the cup as the Red Raiders start to play with a little bit more energy and execution and are having some success.
Spy Ponders work the ball quickly around the horn. Claire with the cut, swatted away that time by Smith. Here come the Red Raiders. Sam Smith thinks better of it. Lily Cunningham tees up a 3, and she hits. And just like that, the Red Raiders come storming back, and close the gap to 1, 16-15 Spy Ponders on 5 straight points, quick points by the Red Raiders.
Well, the Red Raiders saw senior Annie Harris, one of the strongest and most experienced players for the Spy Ponders, head to the bench with 3 fouls. They know she's not coming back to the second half. That put a pep in their step. And the Spy Ponders, well, they did execute well. They were not able to hit a couple of shots. And down the other end, if we don't have replay here, but I'll tell you, it was an outstanding sprint back by Carrie Farina, and then kind of a little bit of serendipity. The ball kind of found the open player at the 3-point line. She stepped in with poise and conviction and buried it. 16-15 Spy Ponders.
Last year, these two teams played to a 55-52 ball game, and I think I was getting a little bit excited and certainly ahead of myself by seeing an 8-point lead by the Spy Ponders, and the Red Raiders were kind of showing their teeth there in that last sequence. This is a tough ball game with two pretty evenly matched clubs.
Absolutely, and Rob, it's funny when you say that, because when you say you're getting excited, I thought there was a moment there where they were teetering on the edge of this game was going to get a little bit out of control for the Red Raiders, and the foul, the ill-advised foul by Annie Harris just kind of got the momentum going back the other way, and now the Spy Ponders have to really execute now with poise and conviction, because this is what champions are made of right now. When you face a little bit of adversity, that you play hard and do what you're supposed to. Travel
by Melrose, and the Spy Ponders will retain possession. I like that little stutter step move that Diana Wicks made to the hoop. Didn't get it to fall. Spy Ponders will get another turn. 4:20 left to go in the half. And Connolly will throw up a long 3, won't draw iron. Here come the Red Raiders with a chance to go ahead with a bucket.
That little one-hitter there, the flare screens, they're all day long for the Spy Ponders. Unbelievably, the super sophomore wasn't able to hit iron. And on the other end, the Red Raiders take their first lead of the game. WOW.
Sam Dewey kind of bullied her way to the rim. She is a handful. That's her 10th point of the ball game. Long shot by Farina, no. Dewey with a rebound. Here come the Red Raiders, hungry for more.
Dewey's the kind of player that if you don't step up and try to meet her effort with the type of strength that it needs, she's going to score on you all night long, and she's not going to stop.
Nice steal that time by Wicks. Batted away by Melrose. Melrose looking to push the pace. That's Abby Cunningham with the ball. Finds Dewey underneath. She misses. And is that Mahoney comes down with it? Yes, it is. But she is whistled for the travel.
Well, that's a very unfortunate call right there. Usually that was what looked to me like possibly a frustration foul by Dewey, who missed the layup, and then maybe Bump made some contact creating that travel, but the officials didn't see it that way. And then Dewey comes right back with the hoop in the arm. She says, I can play with poise and conviction. I'm ready to go. My team's up 3. Let's go.
That was Claire Ewan with her second foul of the ball game. So both of the post defenders for the Spy Ponders are in foul trouble. We have a 19-16 ball game. Dewey can't convert the 3-point play. Claire comes down with it. Down 3 with the ball come the Spy Ponders. 3 minutes to go in the first half. Diana goes up with it, and it is blocked out of bounds, and the Spy Ponders will retain possession.
Well, Coach Mortellette knows that she can't take Claire Ewan out with Annie Harris already on the bench, so these are very tepid times for the Spy Ponders. Claire Ewan just absolutely cannot pick up her third here. She's got to have to weather the storm to the half, because I'll tell you something, they're going to need to finish this game in crunch time with at least one of Annie Harris and Claire Ewan, preferably both, but they cannot have both of them sitting out at the same time.
So we have 4 sophomores and 1 senior on the court right now for the Spy Ponders, who run their offense down 3 minutes to go in the half. Ball batted away and out of bounds that time by Abby Cunningham. Spy Ponders will retain possession. 14 seconds left to go on the shot clock.
The Red Raiders are overplaying, which means those backdoor cuts are there. Take a dribble towards the player, they step towards you, and then backdoor to the basket.
Ewan has her shot blocked. Here comes Melrose up through the ball. 2:50 to go in the half.
The Spy Ponders are having trouble defending one pass away. Outstanding pass there, and finishes the cup by Sam Dewey. The Red Raiders are flying high with confidence and playing with outstanding vigor.
Great interior passing that time by Melrose. Wow. They take a 5-point lead, and Spy Ponders have been stuck on 16 for a long, long time. As ball goes off of Kaylee Lyons' hands and out of bounds, and another possession will be for Melrose.
As high as the confidence is for Melrose, the spirits for the Spy Ponders are in the dumps right now. They need somebody to do something effective and with high energy to kind of kickstart the offense and defense. And Coach Mordelet goes to the trap right now to try to get them to do it that way.
Long three from Melrose, no. Who'll come away with it? Diana Wicks will. She will draw the double team dribble out of it, but dribble on the end line. Nothing going the Ponders' way right now.
No, it's not. And what Diana Weeks has to do there is to catch the ball, pivot towards the open space, and then pump fake one way and go the other. She tried to do it all at once, and it didn't really work out for her.
Melrose getting a lot of shots at the hoop. Doesn't get that one to go, but Dewey scoops up the rebound, sends it out to Cunningham. Long three-pointer, no. Claire goes to the ground and draws the foul from Lily Cunningham. So Spy Ponders dodged a bullet there. Nice hustle play by Claire.
Well, for the Spy Ponders, they're going to hope that a play like that by Claire Ewan, an effort play, an energy play, can kind of put a spark in them. Claire Ewan had a tremendous box out that wasn't a success, didn't put her head down, kept fighting, and got a loose ball there to give the Spy Ponders a chance. But then again, another kind of an unforced error. The Spy Ponders is out of sync right now.
21-16 Melrose, 1:45 left to go in the half. Ponders picking up with a full court trap. Ball stolen by Ava Connolly, but the Melrose Red Raiders get it back.
Red Raiders with serendipity. The ball just deflected to the open space where only a Red Raider could get it, and I don't know what the call was there. Kind of both players were a little bit out of control. I don't know if she really pushed off, but her body was out of control, and you can have a player control body if your whole body's out of control.
Boy, I tell you what I saw was Lily Cunningham doing a forearm shiver and throwing a Spy Ponder to the ground there. I guess the call is going against Carrie Ann Farina. That'll be her second of the ball game. I think I saw it differently than did Mandy Lachmano.
Yeah, and I might have too. I didn't particularly see the forearm shiver, which was possible because I was kind of had my head down. But to be honest with you, Rob, Carrie Ann Farina was not in legal guarding position, and that's probably why the foul was whistled there. Now, if a forearm shiver came out, that's obviously an offensive foul that they missed.
Dewey with a rebound. She puts it up and in, and the Melrose races out to a 24-16 lead with minute 29 left in the half.
Dewey can finish at the rim through contact, and if she gets the ball down there, it's as good as 2 points. Now this Dewey is a super sophomore. This is a young player. I mean, you got to wonder what she's going to look like with a little bit more games under her belt. But she looks outstanding early. She's just very strong and gets her shoulders square just like that. Outstanding. Using the window.
She puts another one in. 26-16 Melrose, and Spy Ponder's now down by double digits.
Well, what's nerve-wracking for the Spy Ponder fans is that Dewey is gaining confidence, and bing, bang, boom, a big shot there by Carrie Ann Farina.
And Dewey loses it out of bounds. That'll be the Spy Ponders basketball, and good to see Carrie Ann Farina get on the board. That's her third point of the ball game, her first bucket.
That is the shot that is going to be there for the Spy Ponders all year long. It was last year. Remember, Rob, they struggled with that shot last year, but Carrie Ann, they have a plethora of players on this roster that can bury that specific shot, which is going to be there. The Spy Ponders desperately needed that bucket to go in, and it's no surprise that it's a senior that makes it happen.
26-18 Melrose, and for the Melrose Red Raiders, it's Sam Dewey with 16, and then Lily Cunningham with 7 points. For the Spy Pawners, there are 6 players on the board. Connolly and Ewan both with 4, so a little bit more balanced scoring attack. And this has been a game that's been characterized by first the Pawners having momentum and really having their way defensively, and now the Red Raiders having momentum, getting a lot of good looks at the cup.
Momentum, confidence, however you want to say it, the team that has it in this game is having success. And what's got me frightened as a Spy Ponder supporter, to have those at home a little bit terrified, is I'm sensing that Dewey's confidence is gaining. She's got 16 points in the first half with 49 seconds left. If you were to ask me right now, could she match that in the second half, I would say absolutely positively, which means that the Spy Ponders are going to need all they can get from Annie Harris and Claire Ewan in the second half defensively.
Dewey's getting the ball in good scoring position as well, as Connolly breaks into the teeth of the Melrose defense, hits a 12-footer. Ava Connolly for 2, 26-20, 34 seconds left to go in the half, and Melrose loses the ball out of bounds, and the Pawners will have the opportunity to pull within 4, 3 with a 3, 30 with 32 seconds left to go in the first half.
Well, no surprise that a team that's lacking confidence and conviction like the Spy Ponders get a little pep talk from their coach and come out and some good things happen. That's what you see there with Ava Connolly driving to the basket again. Ava Connolly going to the basket, creating contact, a turnover based on their trapping defense. This is really good news for the Spy Ponders, because right now this trap is going to be key to make sure the ball doesn't get far enough up the court so that Dewey can grab it at the basket and place it in.
You know, we began this game talking about leadership, and you get the feeling that Connolly senses that her team needs her right now and stepped up. That's her 7th point of the ball game as the Ponders draw to within 5. But I like that timing of Ava Connolly asserting herself right there.
No doubt. There's a phrase in coaching when a team gets in a certain point in the ball game that whoever scores the next points for the team is going to be their most outstanding player. And the Spy Ponders were almost in that point right there. And it's no surprise that it was Ava Connolly that stepped to the forefront. So this trap here, this is a trap. What they usually do here is they trap over half court, and Melrose, I'm not sure that they know that's where the trap is coming. So if they can get a couple of traps, they might be able to even get a couple more turnovers. You got to defend one pass away. When they defend one pass away, they're outstanding. When they don't, they've had severe trouble.
Spy Ponders pull back into a man-to-man, do a couple of switches. Dewey with a 12-footer rolls just off the rim. Nice rebound by Farina. Ponders have 4 seconds left to go in the half. 2, 1. Mahoney with a shot. Oh, no. Bounces off the front of the rim, but they got a good look with a nice steal. And we go into halftime with the score. The Melrose Red Raiders 26 and the Arlington Spy Ponders 22. And Coach, what'd you see in the first half?
Well, I tell you, I saw a tipsy-turvy back-and-forth affair where at one time it looked like the Spy Ponders were almost in complete control of the game, and then you look up 15 minutes later and the Red Raiders appear to be almost in complete control of the game. The half ends with the Spy Ponders again coming off the mat, so back and forth we go. This is a game where it's going to be about the team that's willing to perform with high energy and execution for more minutes of the ball game than the other, because that's going to give them an advantage.
So we see Coach Amanda Mordelette huddling up down on the sideline with her coaching staff, JV Coach Todd Sundstrom, and assistants Colleen Kane and Catherine McDonigal. What do you think, Amanda Mordelette, what do you think the team is talking about now going into halftime?
It's got to be all Sam Dewey talk. What are we going to do about Sam Dewey? 16 points. 16 points in the first half. That's outstanding, astonishing, and amazing, quite frankly. She's been almost unguardable when she gets the ball in close to the hoop, 4 or 5 feet. She has missed some shots when she's pushed out to the 10, 15-foot range. So my thought would be, I think you're going to have to front her, which means you're going to have to put a defender in front of her. and then force the Red Raiders to make a difficult pass over the top that Dewey has to then catch, collect, and shoot. I mean, the way it is right now, she's not having much trouble with one defender on her 5 feet from the basket, so let's at least make them struggle to get the ball to her. But even more than that, this all begins with one pass away defense on the perimeter. When the Spy Ponders do that effectively, they're outstanding. When they don't, the ball matriculates down to Dewey, and we all know what happens after that.
Okay, and with that thought, we will wrap the first quarter with the score. Melrose Red Raiders 26, Arlington Spy Ponders 22. Grab a bag of chips, pop a Coke, and we will see you for second half action in just a moment.
Ding, dang, boom.
And we're back for second half action with the score Melrose 26, Arlington 22. And what we're watching right now, folks, is fourth grade action, the future of Arlington girls basketball. This is the Arlington travel team, the Maroon team, and Coach Lee Pogue. And Scott, it's fun to see the juniors play.
This is absolutely outstanding. This is what gets me charged up about athletics. This is the future of Arlington basketball on the court, on display, showing their skills, showing what they've learned on a big stage. Somebody made a huge basket down there. It was really executed perfectly. And, you know, this is what gets me charged up. And I know we were just talking off the air, Rob. I mean,
right.
I can still remember back when I played on the big court when I was in fourth grade. And so you could too, right?
Yeah, absolutely. One of my earliest basketball memories was as a fourth grader playing at the local junior college, Orange Coast College in Southern California, and at halftime, and how bright the lights were and how big the court was and how cool it was to be playing in front of all the fans. Had a big impact on me, and I think it's a great thing to do for these kids to get them psyched up to remain engaged in the sport, in the community, and bring town basketball along.
No doubt. This is them allowing them to demonstrate and showcase what the hard work they've been putting in to learn the game of basketball and to improve at it. And so when they're out there, they're going to get a little bit of positive reinforcement from this crowd who's all jazzed up to see them perform their skills out there. We see the coaches. I think coach is Lee Poe. See, I mean, this is community. This is excellence. Well, this is the beginning of excellence, right, Rob?
Right. Well, we're seeing some skills developing. So number 9 in the Maroon, I don't know her. She's going to work defensively and, ties up number 4 at half court. She just went coast to coast with a dribble and showed some nifty little ball handling moves.
Well, it's funny when you say, this is memory. One thing I'll tell you that's out there, because I remember playing these games, these are about as intensive a basketball games you'll ever play in your life. You're almost never going to be as charged up as you are when you're out on this floor. So these players are flying around a little bit faster than usual. That can sometimes lead to some sloppy play, but we've seen some excellent execution, and we see everybody out there kind of working together as a unit, with the one team being the Maroon and the other team being the white. And Rob, this is what kind of goes on behind the scenes in a community, right? These players are working hard. They're practicing during the week, and on the weekends they travel to other schools, West and
right. This is a travel club.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This is the starting point, right? We're seeing this is.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's literally the starting point.
Right.
I mean, I believe, and this is my own experience, but I believe these are fourth graders. That's when your skills come in.
Right.
Second grade, you can get out, taste the court, maybe learn some fundamentals. But you start, seeing a little separation. You see shots developing. You see strength happening. Fourth grade is the beginning.
Absolutely. Before fourth grade, this is the way I used to frame it. Before fourth grade, the goal for every session that you did, whether it's practice or game, was that everybody left the court feeling good about the game of basketball.
4-point lead here to open the second half, and the Spy Ponders look to pick up in a man-to-man defense.
So we see the return of Annie Harris. The last time she was in the ball game, the Spy Ponders were in excellent shape. Now she returns the ball game. They're down, and they've faced some severe adversity, and this is where you need a senior with poise and conviction to really jumpstart you.
McDonald gives it to Lily Cunningham, who has a shot. She hits the shot, and Red Raiders go up 6, 28-22. They open the second half strong.
Bam, bam. Lily Cunningham from about 15 feet, stopping and popping. The Red Raiders break out a 6-point lead.
And Perry McDonald with a rebound. Red Raiders will have another opportunity, and that is Sam Smith with the ball.
Now that bucket by Cunningham and a swish from 15 has got to really want to make Coach Amanda Mortalette pull her hair out. She's the whole halftime she's talking about Sam Dewey from 5 feet in the basket, and there's Cunningham from 15, swish, nothing but net. And the Spy Ponders are now trying to get their defense organized, and they're having trouble. But right as I said, nice deflection.
Spy Ponders were fighting for the ball that whole possession. That was Mary Kate Mahoney with a miss, and the Spy Ponders just wouldn't quit and are rewarded with the ball, and they're down by 6:50 to go in the second half.
So before the halftime, I said maybe they wanted to front Dewey. They're not going to front where they're going to bring help, and that time the help came from Ava Connolly, who got a deflection and a turnover.
Spy Ponders give it right back. This is McDonald with the ball. She bullies her way to the rim, throws it over the rim. Connolly up ahead to Wicks, and Cunningham knocks the ball out of bounds.
Well, right there we saw an outstanding dribble drive to the basket by McDonald, Perry McDonald, senior captain. And Perry McDonald looked really strong right there, and that might be a big missing link for Coach Bill Hirschfield and the Red Raiders. Spy Ponders got to get some effective offense here. Ball goes side to side, make your cuts, pass to the open player, shoot if you're open.
Ava Connolly, that was blocked by Dewey. Nice block by Dewey, and Raiders will have the ball in a 6-point lead. Intercepted by Claire. Claire comes out of nowhere and gets the ball.
Claire Ewan all over the place with high energy and execution there, picking the ball out of the way, out of the air, and saying, Dewey, not this time. Ewan beats Dewey.
We need a Truman on the Spy Ponders.
I couldn't figure out how to make that work.
Right. Close.
Right now,
viewers will be impressed with your sense of history.
No doubt. Dewey beats Truman. Look it up, folks. Google it. So right now the Spy Ponders, both teams are struggling, and right there on cue, the double team came. It didn't matter as Sam Dewey squared her shoulders and finished from 4 feet. Ho-hum.
Makes it a 30-22 ball game. Red Raiders with the lead. 5:14 to go in the third quarter. Harris goes to work down low, dribbles it off her foot. Melrose will get another possession. That's Cunningham. Kicks it back out to Smith. She'll tee up a long 3. No, the ball will go off the rim out of bounds, and the Spy Ponders down 8 dodged a bullet as Carrie-Ann Farina enters the ball game, and Diana Wicks will take a seat.
Well, right now the Spy Ponders are in danger zone because an 8-point lead with Dewey being effective inside is going to be tough to overcome. Can't get it to that 10-12 range, so getting a bucket here, got to stop on the other end is real vital and important. They got to run. They have to run effective offense. They have to make sure that they're passing the ball to players that they know are open.
And Mahoney's open. 8 seconds left to go on the shot clock. 6, 5. Connolly knows it. Ball swatted away. Mahoney gets it swatted away by Dewey, and here come the Red Raiders.
Dewey that time, her arm came down. I thought maybe there was a little bit of contact. She definitely got some of the ball, and no free throws rewarded. And I'll tell you, this Dewey has gotten a couple of questionable non-foul calls. The officials seem to like the cut of her jib.
And Perry McDonald goes to work at the rim. She's being very assertive, but so far hasn't been able to get the ball to go. Melrose will retain possession with an 8-point lead.
Well, if she can get something to go, it's a nice deflection there by Claire Ewan, who's really playing an outstanding game from an effort standpoint. If they can get a second player, McDonald, having effective execution, it could be real tough times for the Spy Ponders in game 1.
Right on cue, McDonald with a miss. Gets her own rebound, throws it up, no. Annie Harris rips the ball away from Melrose. Here comes Ava Connolly. To Carrie-Ann, throws it to Ava. Ava on her feet. Gets it to Claire. Claire gets it to go 30-24. Spy Ponders come roaring back.
Claire Ewan, bing, bang, boom. She shows that if you're playing with high energy on one end, oftentimes it translates to the other end. Stopping and popping.
Oh, long three by Mary-Kate Mahoney. Goes in and out. Heartbreak from Melrose. Ponders will take it. Ava with the ball. Open shot again by Claire. Again! Claire Ewan drains it. 4 quick points from Claire Ewan, and the Ponders are down by only 4.
Claire Ewan steps into the shot with poise and conviction. Sweet follow through and gets the ball, gets another shot to go. She's doing it on both ends, playing with astonishingly high effort and energy, and it's paying off right now, the Spy Ponders. We got a ball game here, partner.
We got a ball game. Claire Ewan covers a lot of ground defensively. Oh. She's drawn a tough duty. She's going head to head with Dewey, but also getting a lot of kind of help side deflections.
Well, she's like a free safety in football, you know. She's kind of roaming back there. She has excellent instincts. So when she sees that pass leave a player's hand, she knows where it's going. And if you lollipop it, we saw a couple of them there, she's either going to deflect it or a lot of times she's going to snatch it out of the air and be going the other way. She's got excellent instincts, and they've improved since last year.
So that was Carrie-Ann Farina with the foul, second of the half for the Spy Ponders. They show that as Carrie-Ann's second foul. I have her down for 3. Melrose with the ball on a 4-point lead. Ponders making it difficult. Oh. Mahoney throws it up from deep. Goes glass. Did she call bank? Bank is open, 33-26 Melrose.
She didn't call bank. Serendipity for the Red Raiders. The Spy Ponders had dug in on defense and we're going to prevent a bad shot. And then Claire Ewan doubles their unpleasure on the other end by shuffling her feet. And sometimes on nights when it doesn't go your way, it just doesn't go your way.
I think she saw a big Sam Dewey in her way and double clutched and did the bunny hop in the pea patch. Cunningham again trying to go to work. No. Gets the ball to Sam Smith.
See, I think it's Cunningham can play, and I think she's kind of feeling herself. That spin move's pretty decent, and she's able to pass the ball effectively out of the spin move.
Smith throws it up. No. Connolly fights for it. And while Connolly was fighting for it, Smith just threw it up, and it somehow fell harmfully through the hoop for the Spy Ponders. 35-26 Melrose.
And it beat the shot clock to boot. Outstanding effort there, but also a little bit of luck too, as the ball kind of just fell to the only place where she'd be able to grab it. Can't fault Ava Connolly. She was trying to box her out. And that's one of those things you say, geez. That's why sometimes one of the cues they say for rebound is go after the ball, and I think that time Ava Connolly was a little bit in between the box out and attacking the ball.
And Kelsey Thorson calls Claire Ewan with her 3rd foul of the ball game, so the foul troubles mount for the Spy Ponders as they try to hassle the ball.
Coach Mortellette makes an outstanding decision. She's, a veteran coach, knows her way around things, and she can't take Claire Ewan out right now. Claire Ewan is their most effective player on both ends of the floor.
Ava Connolly fights for the ball with Perry McDonald. They both fall out of bounds. The last to touch it was Ava Connolly. Melrose will retain possession. They have a 9-point lead. Minute 9 to go in the 3rd quarter.
This is one of those games where everything for the Spy Ponders is like a step out of sync, especially Ava Connolly. Every time she zigs, another player's zagging kind of at the wrong time. It feels like it's bad luck, but when it happens over and over again, that's just that the early season jitters. They're trying either too hard or trying at the wrong times, and they're just not in sync.
Melrose with a bounce here, and with a judicious timeout. That was Coach Bill Hirschfield. He sensed that things were getting away from them on that possession, and why not? There's 48 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. They'll have 12 seconds on the shot clock with a 9-point lead.
It's an outstanding timeout by Bill Hirschfield, and we were singing the praises of Coach Mortellette, who I think is one of the most effective coaches in the area. But, a great job tonight by Bill Hirschfield. His team they were in big trouble in that first half. They couldn't get the ball over half court. Never mind getting into offense. They turned the ball over 4 or 5 times in a row. They were in a tough spot. They called a timeout. He made some adjustments. The players listened to what he had to say. They executed his suggestions, and it's resulted in some outstanding play. And just as I mentioned, McDonald looks like she's improving throughout this game, and it's not just Sam Dewey, but Sam Dewey's got it going.
And it looks like they're attacking the pressure defense of the Spy Pawners in what to me is an unconventional way off the bounce. They're dribbling the ball into pressure, and so far it's been successful.
It has been successful, and that's one of the things that I'm sure is going to be very frustrating for Coach Mordelet, because, Robbie, you're spot on right there. You're not really – it's not supposed to be the successful technique to dribble drive through a trapping defense.
Lily Cunningham will set up the offense over to McDonald's. She'll tee up a long 3. No. Fight for the rebound. Melrose will get it. McDonald will roll to the hoop and throw up a right-handed layup, get it to go. 2 points for McDonald. 11-point lead for the Red Raiders. I thought she might have walked there.
Well, I thought it might have been a walk or a Euro step. One or the other was outstanding, and it went in and gave the Red Raiders a commanding 11-point lead. Let's see if Ava Connor can get something going.
12 seconds left in the half, and Carrie-Ann Farina with a long 2. Nice shot by Farina. 9-point lead for Melrose.
Ava Connolly with an outstanding look right there. Got the ball right to the shot pocket of Farina, who stepped in with poise and conviction and buried it. Cut it to 9 right now. And the Spy Ponders, Rob, they're kind of hanging around, but I kind of warned a little bit about McDonald. I might have been in travel there, but that was a big bucket.
So the third quarter seemed to be, I'm not going to say it was all Melrose, but it certainly was a lot Melrose. If you're Amanda Mordelet, how do you think about attacking the fourth quarter?
I think it's more of the same. You don't need dramatic changes. Everyone needs to settle down. Anytime you got a situation where players are zigging when other players are zagging, or you're out of sync, the team needs to take a collective breath. Never in sports do you hear too often slow down, right? Because everything you want to be fast. But maybe they need to be a little bit more purposeful, a little bit more, focused on the task that's right in front of them and not think 2 and 3 steps ahead.
And so in also a reversal there that time, the Spy Pawners had 2 girls on the board in the third quarter, Claire Ewan with 4 and Carrie-Ann Farina with 2. And on the other side, Melrose, who was the Sam Dewey show in the first half, put 5 players on the board, and Dewey only had 2. Perry McDonald's been much more assertive. Cunningham got on the board. Sam Smith with 2, and Mary Kate Mahoney with a big bank is open 3-pointer.
That was really the backbreaker to this point in the game, and it would appear Bill Hirschfield at halftime was anticipating a very vigorous defense against Dewey, and I don't know if he necessarily got it, but he's getting offense from other players. They have to be really sharp, and so that's excellent right there. So you see Wick, she didn't turn the ball over. She got hit, held onto the ball, so that's a start. So you want to build on that. That was an effective offensive set. Make it another one.
Connolly to Wicks will initiate the offense. Wicks will tee up a long 3, a little bit long. Dewey with a rebound.
Wicks again is trying to get a spark to the team, hit a shot, get herself going, and she can't really seem to get anything in sync tonight. Wow.
And they're calling what an offensive foul on number 3. Mary Kate Mahoney was that, or no, that was on 2. Sam Smith with, I guess it was a moving screen call. I didn't see it, but we'll take it.
I think the official said that she pushed off. Maybe. I mean, holy cow, we're going to call that. We'll be here all night.
37-28 Melrose. 7:17 left to go in the game.
These officials have been outstanding tonight, though. In general, I think it's been a well officiated ball game.
Ava Connolly will tee up a long 3, and she will hit. Splash! Kaboom! Ava Connolly, 37-31 Melrose.
Coach Amanda Mordelet is set play, and here comes Wicks.
In and out, heartbreak. Carrie-Ann with a rebound. Connolly will pull it back up. Wicks for three. Oh, just off the rim. Annie Harris with a follow-up, no. Claire has the ball, and Carrie-Ann will pull it back out. Wicks to penetrate, throw it up off the glass, no. And Melrose restores order and throws it out of bounds.
Will get now a 6th chance at the basket. Keep trying, don't give up. They are working hard, they are executing, but they can't get the ball in the basket. There's a lid down here. Somebody's got to step in, poise and conviction, bury it, 5-point game. Let's go.
6-point game, 37-31, 6 minutes to go, 6:20 left to go in the contest. Ava underneath, throws it over the rim. Dewey with the ball. Melrose with the ball on a 6-point lead.
Ava Connolly's got to square her shoulders towards the basket. She kind of just tossed the ball up over her shoulder that time and wasn't able to connect.
A lot of contact. Referees will let them play.
The intensity has picked up to a fever pitch right now. They're going to call that a foul on Ava Connolly, and I don't like that call there because Ava Connolly was in effective guarding position, and the player moved their body into hers, but I digress. Anyway, the Spy Potters need to deny one pass away and get deflection. There it is.
There it is. Diana comes out with the ball. Potters down 6, 5:48 to go in the contest.
Tons of time left. Run your offense. You only need a bucket at a time. You can't score 2, so just get 1. Bucket.
Potters showing some patience here.
Trying to set up a quick hitting play, and they're a little bit confused right now. So they're going to run their regular offense now, which is the cut through and the pop out.
5 seconds to go on the clock, and Diana Wicks throws it in from about 30. 37-34, Potters pulled to within 3.
Bang, bang, boom. Wicks steps in, says I might be missing a few tonight, but not late and close.
And then Wicks pulls it up again, looks ahead to Claire. Claire one bounce, oh, batted away by Melrose. Out of bounds, but the Spy Potters come storming back. They have the ball down 3. They can tie it with a 3. 5:06 left to go in the contest.
The Spy Potters were confused on that play. They didn't know what to do, how to set the play up. Somebody came out, did a little improv. Wicks stepped in with poise and conviction, buried it. We got a ball game.
Ava Connolly will dribble drive, kick it back out to Carrie-Ann. Carrie-Ann to Diana. So she wants to go to work on the left-hand side of the court. 9 seconds to go on the shot clock. 8. Diana will take it, and she will hit again. Kaboom! Diana Wicks ties the ball game at 37, and Bill Hirschfield will call a timeout.
Diana Wicks, bing, bang, boom, stepping in from three-point land with poise, conviction, and ties this game up at 37. She struggled early, but she didn't stop trying, steps in. Big shot for Diana Wicks. Let's go.
Let's go. 3 straight threes by the Spy Potters. Down 9, put 9 quick points on the board, and just like that, we have a ball game. 4:40 left in the contest. Good timeout call there by Hirschfield.
Oh, he hadn't really had no choice. The Spy Potters were basically floating back on defense. They were so filled with high energy. What was interesting about those 2 plays where Diana Wicks hit those shots, I kind of picked up in the second time. I think there was confusion as to whether the Red Raiders were in a man offense or a zone defense or zone defense, and they started running their man offense. They identified that it was a zone, and then they kind of froze. But what happened was Melrose didn't step out and guard Wicks, who just stepped up and said, "Thank you very much. I'll tie this ball game up."
Well, and Wicks, as you mentioned, missed a couple tonight. You know, I played, I'll save that. The Red Raiders break the press. Dewey underneath. They will try to restore order with Dewey, and they do. Sam Dewey, 39-37, Melrose.
Melrose has been outstanding after timeouts when Bill Hirschfield gets to draw up a play. That time they dribbled the past length of the court and got Dewey a layup.
Oh, and Claire Ewan stops, pops, and drains a 20-footer, 39-39.
It's late and close, so the players are executing championship-type basketball. We saw Dewey on one end, and then Claire Ewan stepping in, stopping and popping from 15, and we're tied again. Back and forth we go.
And that was a foul called against Carrie-Ann Farina. Amanda Mortalette did not like that foul call. She'll have to pull Carrie-Ann from the ball game. That's her 4th foul, and Michelle Mahoney will come in for her.
Michelle Mahoney needs to step up her play. She was outstanding in the first half, but Carrie-Ann has been strong with the basketball, has been an outlet on offense, and they need someone to perform those duties on offense.
Melrose with a big hoop. That's number 5, Abby Cunningham with a spin move. Lays it up and in. 41-39 Melrose. 3:45 left to go in the contest.
Cunningham continues to gain confidence, and with the confidence comes effective execution. They're finishing against the basket. She's been outstanding in the second half.
Zwick sizes up her defender. Passes it to Claire. Claire with a 12-footer, no. Melrose comes down with it, and we have a foul call. Who's that going to be against?
I don't know. I'm confused here.
They pointed at Melrose, but I think they're going to call Ava Connolly for that.
Okay, so that's one of those fouls where the player is violating by, I guess, stepping in and making contact without the basketball. So this is a big point in this ball game. The Red Raiders up 2, and now they're going to have to hit free throws. This is a 1-on-1.
Oh, and she misses the front end of the 1-on-1. Scramble for the ball. Connolly goes to the floor, can't come up with it. Cunningham has it, and Melrose will set up their offense.
Physical play right now, and the officials let it go.
2-point lead for Melrose. Cunningham thinks about it. McDonald spins, no. Who's going to get it? Cunningham's going to get it. She's fouled on her way up. We'll get 2 more chances at the charity stripe.
Cunningham again continues effective play, but right now back and forth we go. It's been a back and forth affair. The Spy Ponders had taken the lead in the effort department, but then now Melrose kind of takes a little bit of the lead, beating the Spy Ponders to 2 key loose balls.
A couple of key missed free throws here by the Melrose Red Raiders. They lead at 41-29. 3:09 left to go in the contest. McDonald's will hit the second. They will take a 3-point lead. Spy Ponders can tie it with a 3.
Spy Ponders need to run their offense. They've done well when they're a little bit patient and they do it with a little bit more poise and patience.
Wicks will tee up another 3. That was partially blocked by Cunningham. Melrose will come up with it. They can look to extend their lead to 5 here. Blocked by Claire. And Claire thought that was out on Sam Smith, whom she blocked, but Kelsey Thorson sees it differently. Melrose will have the ball and a 3-point lead with 2:45 left to go in the contest.
More inspired play by Claire Ewan both ends tonight. She's been outstanding. Spy Ponders need to defend 1 pass away and keep the ball out of the middle, especially down low to Sam Dewey. That's where they want her catching the ball.
5 seconds on the shot clock. 4, 3. Dewey charges in, and Annie Harris whistled for the foul, and nobody in the gym likes it except for the Melrose Red Raiders. Big 2 by Dewey, just her 6th point of the second half. And
6 point of the second half, partner, but the 2 biggest of the game to this point. She was in big trouble. As you mentioned, the shot clock was running down. She caught the ball 20 feet from the basket with her back to the basket. She proceeded to put the ball on the deck with her left hand, got around the corner, dribbled in with real aggression, went to the basket. Whether that's a foul or not, I'm not really sure. We're not real close to the action, but she certainly made the basket, was rewarded with the free throw, and, I mean, you're not going to see a much better play than that.
Yeah. And in a 5-point game, what have we seen? We've seen the shot clock expiring on that bucket. We saw Mary Kate Mahoney throw one up at the rim as the shot clock expired, coming out of a little bit of a scramble for the ball. We saw Mahoney with a big 3-point bank here, so some kind of heroic buzzer beaters here so far are the margin, as we have 2:24 left to go here in the contest, and Sam Dewey at the line with an opportunity to convert the three-point play and make it a 6-point game.
Well, you know, Rob, you mentioned the shot clock's winding down and things like of that nature. The teams that are playing all the way through to the end of the play are the ones being rewarded in this contest. It's been the Spy Ponders a lot, and it's been the Red Raiders often.
Dewey's free throws off the front of the rim. Claire comes out with it. She'll have trouble controlling the ball. There's a scramble for it, and that'll be a jump ball call. Who's the possession arrow? I believe it is Melrose, and it is, so not a good break for the Spy Ponders.
No, and Claire Ewan, as well as she's played tonight, she made a little bit of a mistake there. Put the ball to the floor a little bit too quick. If she's going to put it to the floor, she's got to turn, pivot, pump fake, and then put it to the floor, then the hands won't be there.
Here's McDonald. Melrose taking their time. 2:11 left in this ball game.
This is a huge defensive possession of the Spy Ponders. They need to stop desperately. There it is.
Three-pointer missed, and Annie Harris for the rebound. And Perry McDonald whistled for the foul, and Mandy Lacmano says, we're going to start blowing the whistle. We're going to start calling this tight.
Sophomores want to score. Juniors, sophomores want to play. Juniors want to score. Seniors want to win, and that's a winning play there by Annie Harris. It just chinned the ball, created contact, Spy Ponder ball.
Spy Ponders need a hoop here, down 5 minute 52, 18 seconds on the shot clock. Work the ball around the horn. Diana Wicks will get it over to Ava.
This is where you have to think it's going to be Ava Connolly. She's got to shoot the ball here.
5 seconds left to go. 4 on the shot clock. 3. Claire tosses it up, and she gets bailed out by Mandy Lacmano, who calls a foul against Sam Smith there. And Spy Ponders will, and Claire Ewan, who is down, will get 3 at the free throw line. Claire is in a little bit of pain. That's not good news for Claire or the Spy Ponders.
No, it's not. This would look like some sort of a hip pointer, or at least maybe I'm giving a little wishful thinking. But again, partner, a team is rewarded that kept trying all the way to the end of the possession. Even if you're fumbling the ball or it looks like the shot clock's running out, you can't stop trying. You have to keep trying to execute. And Claire Ewan right there turned the corner and got a ball up at the rim. Rob, did you see any contact or anything? I didn't really see any contact, and she didn't even hit the floor hard.
She came down kind of awkwardly on that right knee, I think. Okay. And the contact looked to be as on the way down, kind of as the ball left her hand, or even maybe a little bit after the shot. She will get up and kind of hobble over to the sidelines with a nice round of applause from a very strong crowd here tonight in the red gym.
This is an astonishing crowd. It's large and it's well represented. You know, for an opening night, I can't think of a larger crowd that we've had here. But you know, you see Claire, everyone breathes a sigh of relief when you see a player get up off the ground.
Well, and it looks like Kaylee Lyons will check into the ball game, and that's going to be it for Claire. So correct me if I'm wrong, Coach. The Red Raiders will get an opportunity to designate who they want to shoot the free throws?
Yes, they will. They can pick any player on the Spy Ponders team, including the players that were sitting on the bench. Anyone they want can shoot these free throws. And it's going to be 3 free throws for whoever they choose.
And I don't think they fully understand this yet. Oh, yeah, they do. They're going to choose Kaylee Lyons, who just entered the ball game. This is a good opportunity for the super sophomore, but kind of a tough spot coming in cold. 44-39, 134 left in the contest.
She's a little short in the first one, which you would expect, but now she's got to correct, take a deep breath, bend the knees, follow through. She can do this.
And it rolls around and in. So the first one was about an inch short. That one was about an inch long, and you got to think she's sizing up that range there, and the whole gym, I think, is pulling for her to hit the third.
Absolutely, you know, that's harder than it looks. When you're on the bench, ice cold, and somebody says, "Okay, it's a 5-point game. Go in there and shoot 3 free throws." You know, you're saying, "Whoa, well, holy cow! What am I doing now?" But that just shows that she was ready for action, and that's a big free throw right there. She can try to duplicate that again, one more time. Again, chip away, one play at a time, but 134, you don't have many plays left.
Right. So let's set the scene. The Spy Ponders are down 4. It's Red Raiders 44, Spy Ponders 40. There's a minute 34 left to go in the contest, and the Spy Ponders will have an opportunity with this Kaylee Lyons free throw to cut the lead to 3. That's a one-possession ball game. Certainly anything can happen from there. What do you think Bill Hirschfield is telling his team during this timeout?
Well, he's telling them that when we get this basketball, we have to be strong with it. We're not going to turn the ball over. If they foul us, we're not going to drop it. We're going to hold the ball tight. But for the Spy Ponders here, these players, Annie Harris and Ava Connolly, they have to assume a miss. They can't have confidence in their shooter. They want to assume a miss, get a rebound here, put 2 points in. Big
bing, bang, boom, as they say. Big free throws by Kaylee Lyons, 44-41. Minute 32 as the Ponders pick up full court. Cunningham in trouble. Ponders strip the ball. Ava Connolly to Diana Wicks. She tees up a long three, and she hits! Diana Wicks ties the ball game with a minute 20 left to play.
Ava Connolly created it. Diana Wicks finished it with a 3. We are tied. Spy Ponders will look to stop, dribble, drive, keep the ball out of the middle and out of the hands of Sam Dewey.
And Dewey can't handle the pass. And there's a loose ball on the floor, tied up, and the possession area goes the Spy Ponders' way. WOW, wow, 1 minute left to play, 44-44. Great turn of fortune, 5 quick points by the Spy Ponders.
The Spy Ponders went to a man-to-man full-court defense. There's no way Bill Hirschfield was ready for that. His players certainly weren't. They dropped the basketball. Ava Connolly deflected it, and the Spy Ponders have a chance to take the lead.
Connolly will go to work against a man-to-man over to Wicks. 48 seconds left to go in the ball game, 17 on the shot clock. Wicks with a stutter step. She drives, throws it up, no. Gets her own rebound, no. Harris has a shot at it. It's knocked out of bounds by...
They're going to say it went off of Harris, and it's going to be Melrose ball. Diana Wicks had a couple of good looks there. She's hit all the clutch baskets tonight after struggling early. Spy Ponders going to focus on defense now. They continue with the full court man.
25 seconds left to go in the ball game. 31 left to go in the ball game. Oh no. Oh no. Perry McDonald loose at the rim. 46-44, Melrose.
McDonald spun to the basket. Nobody was there. She squared her shoulders and hit it. 19 seconds. Look for Ava Connolly.
Annie Harris underneath, doesn't have the shot, kicks it back out to Wicks.
They can call a timeout.
Wicks into the middle, throws up a 10-footer, no. Oh, Dewey comes down with a rebound. Big rebound by Sam Dewey. And with 2.1 seconds on the clock, Melrose will have free throws and a 46-44 lead.
The Spy Ponders did everything they could there. They got a good look at the basket. The player squared her shoulders, followed through with poise and conviction. They've worked hard all game long, 2.1 seconds now. They're going to need a missed free throw and a miracle on the other end.
Connolly did a nice job finding Annie Harris underneath. Annie was just below the rim, had really nothing to do with it, kicked it back out, and Diana Wicks had the little floater, and she's hit the big shots, but that one was just a little bit too strong. And now with 2.1 seconds left, the Melrose would look to have an opportunity to ice the game with a couple of free throws in the one-on-one, and that'll be Perry McDonald at the line.
Well, Rob, McDonald, I said that these Melrose players in the second half that were not named Sam Dewey were really trying to step up and provide some help on offense. And I tell you, this has been an outstanding game start to finish. Both teams have really, kept working, kept trying. Nobody's quit here. But, probably the most impressive play of the game came from McDonald, who, with the game tied, the game on the line, she drove to the basket, she spun, and then had the poise when there wasn't a defender in front of her to follow through and hit a big shot. That's really impressive. I mean, it's a good game.
This is a great game. What a kind of my young heart can hardly stand this, and this is a great way to open the season, right? And if this is what the 2018-2019 campaign has to bring, I say bring it.
Bring it on! I'll tell you, if you Find out when the next Spy Ponder home game is. We'll tell you when it is. Come on down here and then watch the games on replay on ACMi TV. This is just absolutely outstanding.
Next game will be the 22nd of December. And so she misses the first.
She's got to miss this on purpose, Rod. So I think, you don't want the Spy Ponders. If she makes this, it's still a 3-point game, and they can throw it the length of the court. I'd miss this on purpose.
And she does not.
No.
So 3-point game, 2.1 seconds left, 47-44. Amanda Mortalette calls a timeout. Will this ball go to halftime, or will they take the ball out underneath the basket?
Just underneath the basket. Now, a couple things. She called timeout there. I believe she can still run the length of the court, but they're going to need whoever's got the strongest arm in the team to at least matriculate the ball up to about half court, where you figure somebody on the team, another player, one of the stronger players, can maybe get the ball at the basket. It's a tough task to ask these girls to be able to score a basket with 2.1 seconds and really only one pass to make.
One pass to make, but stranger things have happened.
No doubt.
We saw the
Tonight.
Patriots, the Patriots-Dolphins game, the kind of miracle in Miami last weekend comes to mind right away. If you're Amanda Mortalette, do you think Diana Wicks here? She's hit a couple of big shots.
Well, I'll tell you what I do,
Ava
Rob.
Connolly's hit a 3 tonight.
Yeah.
Annie Harris has hit. No, she hasn't. So it's Connolly and Wicks have hit 3s tonight.
Oh, I'd bring all my players up towards on the opposite side, not where they're shooting. Bring all 5 up there, have some action, maybe get some confusion. So if somebody can be wide open, you don't need someone with a strong arm. They can throw it, it can bounce a few times, pick it up and lay it in. I've seen that before, but if Pierre Melrose is hip to, well, I know you could maybe try it. I don't know. This is a little bit desperate.
Michelle Mahoney will take the ball out of bounds. She'll have about another second. She gets it. Oh, too bad. She gets it to Kaylee Lyons, who doesn't handle it. And Melrose will, as the horn sounds, walk away with a 47-44 lead. Coach, a valiant effort by Arlington Spy Ponders. Closed a couple of gaps in very quick and very heroic fashion. Falls just a little bit short.
Outstanding effort, execution by both teams. What an exciting contest. I'll tell you, I was coming to the gym today. I was excited, but I wasn't really sure what I was going to see. Early on, both teams were kind of struggling to find, what was going to work on the court. But after a while, everybody kind of got into the flow of things, and this turned into a barn burner.
It was a barn burner for Melrose. The high point person was Sam Dewey. She had 22, but only 6 in the second half. So the Ponders went to work on Dewey a little bit and cooled her off. The Ponders a more balanced attack. A lot of players got their first taste of varsity action. Everybody stepped up. If you're Amanda Mortalette, the loss is bitter. But in terms of a start to the season, you got to be a little bit pleased with what you see.
You do have to be pleased with what you see, especially that, possibly, arguably, their most talented player, Ava Connolly, did kind of struggled a little bit on offense, but there were other players there to pick up the slack, and it was really very inspirational to see Diana Wicks not quit, not stop trying, not have confidence and belief in herself, and those were big shots. Those are the type of shots that are game changers and season changers. And quite frankly, Rob, they have not hit those shots often in these games. If they can get kind of those big shots going, the defense, we know the defense will be there. That could be a big development.
They shot well tonight. Claire Ewan shot well. She had a couple of good long 2s. Diana got on her try. One of the things I like about Diana Wicks, I play golf, and there's this saying, the hitter knows, right? So when you take a stroke, you feel it off your club, you know exactly where the ball is going. You know if it's a good shot or a bad shot. Wicks missed a few shots early, but the player knows.
Yeah.
She must not have felt bad. She kept shooting. She kept hanging in there. She kept being assertive. And, boy, when she was needed most, she splashed in 3 high-leverage, high-pressure 3s.
You're not going to see them much more outstanding than that. But you also got to credit the Red Raiders as outstanding and effective as the super sophomore Sam Dewey was in the first half. The rest of the players stepped up. You saw Lily Wham Bam Cunningham make a big basket. You saw Perry McDonald make the basket of the game.
Yeah.
You know, so what we thought was going to happen, just like it happens in a regular season, what we thought was going to happen as the game went on didn't happen. Other players stepped up and made plays.
Yeah. And with the football analogy, Melrose had a strong running game, and the team with the running game came away with the narrow victory. So let's talk players of the game. Why don't I do the Melrose Red Raiders, then you can do the big bing bang boom award, as we like to call it. There should be no mystery to the Melrose Red Raider player of the game. That has to go with go to Sam Dewey with 22 big points, and she obviously was their high point person, but she also was very efficient, very productive with the basketball. She didn't miss much. When she got opportunities, she made the most of them, and she also was big on the glass. She forced the Ponders into foul trouble, which was perhaps one of the big subplots of the game. So for the Melrose Red Raiders, Sam Dewey is the ACMi player of the game. And who is the ACMi Bing Bang Boom Award player, Scott?
So
for the Spy Ponders.
So are we doing player of the game, Spy Ponders, or just Bing Bang Boom Award?
Okay, let's do that. This is so sorry, fans.
More
Scott
awards.
and I are getting back
happy
into
time.
it. More awards equals more fun. So
Right.
let's do a player of the game, and then Bing Bang Boom Award will go to Hustle.
Absolutely. So, you know, this usually these kind of just jump out at you. You kind of know. This is a tough one, but I got for the player of the game. It's really got to be Claire Ewan. You know, I thought that she was the difference for the Spy Ponders in the second half on both ends of the court with hustle plays, deflecting balls, causing steals, making shots, big shots. She was there when they needed her to do what they needed her to do. And I thought she was the player of the game for the Spy Ponders.
Claire Ewan with 10 big points in the ballgame. And when Annie Harris got into foul trouble, she drew Sam Dewey, who is a very, very tough cover, but also played free safety and made a lot of deflections from the weak side. Great call, Scott. Who do you have for the Bing Bang? First of all, explain the Bing Bang Boom Award, and then granted.
Well, so you know, the Big Bang Boom Award is for a player that's doing the outstanding little things, hustle, effort, execution that maybe people don't recognize. You know, you hear the Tommy Award with the Celtics.
Yeah,
it's kind of that sort of thing.
Yeah,
you know, you kind of the pet plays that players make that I really enjoy. Hustle plays, diving for the ball for a loose ball. But
so can you give one and I give one?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So Rob, why don't you go ahead?
Well, I'm gonna whether this is left field or not, I'm gonna give my Big Bang Boom Award to Kaylee Lyons. Kaylee Lyons, the sophomore, her first year playing varsity basketball, got high leverage minutes throughout the game, played strong in the first half, got on the board with 4 points, and came in cold into a very, very high pressure situation and hit 2 big free throws that gave the Spy Ponders the opportunity to win the game. That's a highlight of this game for me. Kaylee Lyons gets my Bing Bang.
No doubt, absolutely. That's a perfect example of that is the example of the Bing Bang Boom Award, right? The player that's not in the ball game but is still focused and prepared when they are called upon, even if it's a surprise, which it certainly was there. She goes in there to hit 2 free throws. Could you have more pressure-packed free throws? Can you create a scenario? I can't even think of one, right?
And that's never happened to me, but to walk in there knowing that the other team picked you specifically to miss those free throws, and you lay 2 on them, that gives your team the opportunity.
You do, and so it means that she had to really put that out of her mind, right? She couldn't think about that right then.
Right.
When mortal people like me and you, because you know we stink at the game.
Right.
We went up there, our knees would have been buckling, and we would have been thinking, wow, these players think I'm the worst shooter. I would have went up there and airballed it 3 times, of course. But she doesn't. The first one almost went in, then she corrected herself and hit the next 2. That's just absolutely phenomenal.
So who do you got?
So for me, it really comes down to the player who really kept trying. She wasn't having success early, Diana Wicks, but she fought through it, and those were big shots. Those aren't just kind of like, oh, well, she kind of made a couple. No. This is a Middlesex League game on the line. You're down 3. She's stepping in and burying back-to-back threes.
And one of them was an NBA three-pointer as the shot clock was expiring.
Well, it's funny you say that because I was going to transition right into that. So where is she having success? She's having success when she doesn't have to think about it, right? So when she's back there from the NBA three, she's not thinking, well, should I shoot it? Should I not shoot it? Is it going to go in? Is it not going to go in? No, she shoots up there and it goes in. So that means she's close. Once she gets to the point where she's shooting, where she's not really thinking about if she should or shouldn't shoot, when she should shoot,
right.
I think she's just shooting in rhythm when she should. They're going to go down. I think we could be looking at a potential of a special shooter here.
Great. I would agree. I would agree with that. And so, folks, on the opening night of the girls varsity 2019 basketball campaign here at the Taz, we have a barn burner with the final score: Melrose 47, Arlington 44, and we'll be back in a moment with some interviews with coach and players.
And we're back with the postgame show. I'm here with senior Annie Harris. And Annie, telling me a little bit about what it was like to defend a player of that caliber and that poise on Melrose.
She's definitely a really good player, and I think Claire did a really good job guarding her, and I had to help sometimes, and it was hard, but I think we both did a really good job, and the other guards who had to come down and help on her too. She's a great player, and I think we did our best.
I thought you did an outstanding job. Tell me about what it was like that you had a little bit of foul trouble in the first half. So what kind of adjustments do you make to make sure you don't foul moving forward?
It was definitely frustrating having 3 fouls in the first half, but I knew in the second half that if I wanted to stay in the game to help my team that I couldn't foul anymore. So that's what I tried to do.
All right. So tell me a little bit about what it was like. We had a tight game there, and now you start raining threes. A lot of excitement on the court.
It was definitely really exciting, and again, Diana did a really good job shooting those threes, knocking them down. It brought us all together and really brought up our adrenaline and everything.
Well, we saw out there that your team that never quits, you stick together, and I would assume that's kind of you're hoping that's gonna pull you through moving forward.
Yeah, I think we did our best, and it just shows that we can compete with a really good team. They were one of the best in the league last year, so I think we'll have a good season. I
think you will. It was a good start. Maybe the result not what you wanted, but the effort and execution was there. So keep getting better, and we'll see you next time. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be back right after this. And we're back. We're here with the super sophomore, Claire Ewan. Claire, we saw you went down with an injury at the end, but it seems you're going to be okay. Was it just a little ankle turn?
Yeah, I just jumped up and rolled my ankle when I landed on it, but it feels better now. I have ice on it, so it should be fine.
Oh, I'm sure it will.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about what it was like to guard a player like Sam Dewey. She was tough inside. She never quit. And she was real strong.
Yeah. She's a really good player. She's tough to play. She's really big, strong, and built. But we've been working all week on post defense, and at halftime we made some adjustments on her, just making sure that I kept her out of the paint. But she was really tough, and everyone else on the team helped out a lot, and it showed in the second half.
Oh, it sure did. But, especially you like to get those passes, and you like to get those deflections and steals. Mm-hmm. Are you looking at a player's eyes when they're making passes? How do you anticipate those steals?
I just kind of read who's open, I guess, and looking at their eyes and their shoulders and like where they look like they're going to pass it, I guess. I don't know. I just kind of see it.
It's just an instinct because you're there every time. You kind of come out of nowhere, almost like a free safety in football. It's really outstanding. So, you're down a little bit in the second half, and maybe at the time it looked like it was going to get away from you.
Yeah.
But the effort and energy was there, and that's kind of what pulled you through to get it tied. Mm-hmm. So, now that the game didn't go exactly how you wanted, what are the things you're going to be looking to work on in practice to get better?
Definitely just staying poised and staying calm. I think as a team we can sometimes get a little bit crazy and get a little disorganized on offense. And I think just staying calm and working our offense in motion, and that'll really help us in the future.
I think it will too. So, it was a good start for the first game. Heal up, and we'll see you soon, okay?
Thank you.
All right, we'll be back right after this.
And we're back. Rob Anthony with Coach Amanda Bordelette. And Amanda, very tough, disappointing loss, I'm sure. Minute 20 left, team is down 5, tie the ball game, have an opportunity to win. Walk us through the last couple minutes, what you were thinking, what you saw.
Yeah, I mean, I thought at that time we had the momentum going with us. You know, we had made a lot of big plays at that point. Obviously, with Claire going down in that, you know, in that moment, that kind of hurt us a little bit. I thought Kaylee did a great job coming in and knocking down shots after sitting on the bench. You know, I think our girls still felt like we were in it. We kept playing to the end. They kept fighting through it. I think they did what we asked them to in those last couple minutes. You know, the very end of the game, they made a really nice shot to win the game.
And Sam Dewey had 22 points, but 16 in the first half, 6 in the second half. What changed?
So we talked a lot about what we wanted to do defensively against her, and, you know, kind of that we can't let one person have more than half of their points, 3/4 of their points in a half, you know. And we knew going into the game that she was strong and she was a really good post player. So, you know, we just made some adjustments, really trying to get her out of the post, really doubling down on her, making sure she doesn't get easy points on putbacks and wide open layups. And so just really cutting down on those kinds of points, and then also drawing her away from the basket when we were running some offenses.
So tonight, opening night, tough loss, but the team played well. Cut deficits, big deficits quickly. There was a lot to like about how the girls performed tonight. What did you see that you can build on?
Yeah, I mean, I saw a lot of energy from a lot of people out there. I think anybody that went in the game had that energy. We kind of knew what we were doing. Everybody was on the same page. There was really good communication, and so that moving forward is kind of like what we're gonna build on from there. I thought, you know, we knocked down shots late. We've had a lot of injuries early on in the season, and so we haven't had a full team at practice really. And so tonight was really the first night we had that, and we're a little banged up, so I don't think we'll have a full squad tomorrow either. But I think, you know, that just takes some time for everyone to kind of work together and to get your shot back and, you know, to kind of get there. So
the team made some shots, made some very, very big high leverage shots as well. Had to have been pleased with the shooting. Yeah,
100%. And, you know, I think it's a lot. It's kind of that shooter's mentality with both Ava and Diana, that they missed early on, and, you know, that they're willing to take those shots, those big shots. And, you know, that's what you want from your shooting guards. So.
Yeah. Okay, well, thanks for joining us, Amanda, and we're looking forward. If this is indicative of what the season has to bring, then bring it on.
Yeah.
We all feel that way. And so thank you, Coach. And for Scott Zwick, I'm Rob Anthony. Final score, Melrose Red Raiders 47, Arlington Spy Ponders 44.